Alright guys, welcome back to Soai, and as you guys can see behind me there, we have the Jamaican flag, and we're checking out 100 Jamaican/Caribbean inspired restaurants here in New York. If you didn't check out the last episode, you might have not understood what happened this morning here before, so go check that out if you didn't. Now, we're finally back, and I am full. I'm super full. I just had something to eat, but I wanted to experience a Jamaican restaurant that was more of a, can I say it's upscale? I wouldn't say upscale, but it's more of a sit down, chill, relax, take a girl here type vibe, as opposed to the quick serving type restaurants. Now for the address, we are at 9 West Grand Street and we are in Mount Vernon. People always ask me about parking. There's a parking meter here and there. Lucky enough, there's a little bit of parking there. At the moment, I'm not sure if there's any additional parking anywhere else. Oh well, maybe you could just grab something by CVS and just park over there for a while. Now, what inspired me to come here, one of my loved ones actually had food from this spot at a conference, and she said to me, hey, yo, whatever she had was really delicious, so I've had it on my list for quite some time. Today's the day I'm gonna go in and check it out. From the outside, I can hear cool, sultry, Jamaican, that sounds redundant, Jamaican reggae music. Yeah, reggae is Jamaican. Reggae music playing in the background. And again, today is a beautiful day. It is fall, the temperature is really nice, hence why I have on my sweater. So let's go in. I'm gonna actually eat outside. I'm gonna try my best to eat outside. For some reason, I don't know, probably it's getting so accustomed to eating by the river and by beaches that I don't necessarily want to eat inside all the time. Because people always ask me that, like, why do you eat on the streets? This is New York. You're in a building or some apartment for most of the times. So when you get the opportunity to eat outside, why not take it? And they do have 2 little chairs on the outside there that, if that's your thing, you can do that. All right, so going through the menu, I know I'm not gonna have corrigal. I'm not gonna have oxtail. I see them have some form of salmon or maybe some form of Escovitch fish. That's what I think I'm gonna grab. Now the interior is super laid back. I think this is the best I've ever seen a restaurant bring a nice classy feel but still feel Jamaican. Like you can see a lot of the wooden touches. I find Jamaican restaurants tend to be more on the darker, more moodier feel, but still has nice touches of the neon lighting. Welcome to jungle. Well, it's jungle, so I do feel that jungle vibe. This chair here feels, whoever did the interior decoration, kudos to them. I quite like it. It's comfortable. I've been to a lot of spots where the chairs feel, I don't know, it feels like, you know, this one feels really good, looks really good, nice reds. Reminds me of the Jamaican or the Rastafarian colors, the red, green on the roll. It's really cool. Temperature inside is temperate. It's cold outside, but in here this feels really nice. And the display, even though it's the traditional canteen style look that I'm just growing a little bit tired of seeing, I like the lighting. It's very bright. It really presents the food really well, so I like that. At the moment, they're stocking up certain stuff. Now for this restaurant, I would recommend checking their Instagram and probably even calling them just to make sure. I think they are not open on a Tuesday. One of the days in the week they're not open. I'll put it on the screen because they do classes. So if you're interested in doing or learning Jamaican style dishes, you can pop by and check them out. They also do catering. So who knows, they might have a catering job, they might get in a little bit late, so just call ahead just to be safe. So the plantain spring rolls seem to be something that is very popular here, so I'm definitely going to be having that. The plantain spring rolls. Trying to find something that's very unique, has nice Jamaican touches, but different from what I'm seeing everywhere else. So I got one of their top sellers. This is a plantain spring roll. Smells really good. The presentation is excellent, super, super excellent. And I got me a beautiful drink here. You can smell Ray and his nephew. All right, let's go in for this. That is refreshing, freaking refreshing. It's not too strong. It feels like a nice afternoon drink that you could have and possibly go back to work. Luckily, this is the last one I'm filming today. Cheers to the people that have supported me throughout the years, and no matter what the adventures I embark on. Thank you. All right, let's bring this baby in closer. This is what I've been saying when I want to see something original. Same ingredients or plantains, stuff like that, but just a little fusion. All right, let's try this by itself first. That is different and pleasantly different. The crisp on the outside of the spring roll is very light. Appreciate that. And then on the inside, you get a gush of plantain. It's almost jelly-like, coming from a really ripe plantain. See that? That's different. I've never had anything like that. Okay. It's almost like a plantain tart. I'm almost certain it's kind of inspired by that, but a lot easier and quicker to make. Wow. That's freaking clever. All right, I'm not sure what this sauce is. It looks like it could be spicy, maybe a sweet chili. Let's try. I think a sweet chili would work really well with this, or something of a spicy nature. Yeah, it is sweet chili. This is freaking clever. High nines. Simple, different, win. That's good. And then the presentation makes me feel like I spent $1 million. I'm almost certain that this on the menu is maybe somewhere around like $11, but the presentation is really well thought out. Put on a nice wooden slab, bit of powdered sugar there, bit of granulated sugar there, banana leaf. These looks like, what you call these again? Microgreens on top. This flour, I'm not sure what they call this, but I've seen this like everywhere. It's also edible as well. A lot of thought has been put into this dish. I really appreciate when you go out and you eat something, it's not just about the taste, but also the experience, the way that you interact with the food. Because let's face it, food here in New York especially is not the cheapest thing. Do we have the time, especially if you work in corporate, to always go home and cook something? Highly doubt it. So when you go out to have a meal, especially Jamaican food, which is for me considered somewhat more on the exotic end, it's awesome. I don't know what this sauce is. That sauce tastes kind of like a maple syrup. Damn, they put a lot of thought in this thing. Imagine this a la mode with the ice cream on top. Ooh, and the customer service, like it feels like a mom and pop type shop because the husband and wife, I like how they work together, and they seem to cater very well to their clientele. That's awesome to see.
Yes.
It's good, yeah.
Want to taste that? No.
Oh my God.
Pasta here.
Whoa. Yeah, you're getting my treatment there.
This is sexy. No, that ketchup.
The first meal, and the first meal was just like curry chicken and white rice, but it was just so
Good.
His presentation.
Haitian.
And then he cooked me a brown stew fish or steamed fish with food. And then he cut up the dumpling. He didn't give me no big whole dumpling. He cut it up as well. I was like,
You get the treatment. You're
yeah,
like, done.
I was like, he even cut up the dumpling. 3 kids later.
Oh my God. Yo. Look at the presentation on this. Crazy. Yo. Guys, look at this Escovitch fish. Like, you could smell the pickle from that Escovitch. It is so strong. the presence of the fish. It looks crispy already. It looks really light. It looks like something that you should just put in a book and just call it a day. Call it wraps. Don't even bother eat it. Like, yo, everything on this plate looks really exotic and reminiscent of a jungle style meal. Like, it feels like a jungle exquisite meal. This is beautiful. This is better than I even thought. Sorry, my table is small. I can't show you everything in its best, but yo, just imagine it, believe, trust everything that I'm saying to you. This pasta here looks really good too. So I guess I got the fish with the pasta side. Already, they have one with not just making things as typical, they've really stamped their image on this. I need to go look at the Google reviews and see how high they're rated, but I'm certain it's past 4.1 for sure out of 5. All right, so the shrimp it's a really interesting color. I've never seen shrimp this bright orange. It's almost like a chameleon orange or charmander orange. Is that even a color? I don't even know. But it looks like it could be maybe egg powder or maybe a natto that gave it this color. But let's see. The shrimp is cooked to perfection. To perfection. This, not rubbery, fresh. The crisp, I would say, is probably more on the tail end. Wow, the flavor is very shrimp forward. I'm not getting like any strong and very distinct seasoning on it, so I'm getting most of that shrimp flavor, a bit of that saltiness, definitely texture driven. The texture is perfect. It's just delicious. Look at that shrimp. The effort into this plate is simple, but it's a lot of effort. I'll definitely do a nice intimate type of date night here. Or brunch. Wow, I'm pleasantly surprised. All right, so we have our pasta here. I like that. As I touch it, it's not static. Sometimes if the cheese gets too clumped up, it feels like the pasta won't even move. I don't really like that. I like a nice amount of sauciness, not too runny. I need to learn my cheeses a bit better. I think this cheese is Parmesan. It has a nice nutty flavor to it. There is spice, not spice driven. Spice is in the passenger seat, so it's there. This is delicious. This, wow, okay. Definitely a creamy and nutty cheese. I'm gonna bet this is Parmesan. It's Parmesan cheese, right?
Yeah, Parmesan cheese.
Okay, I was right.
How was the fish? Oh,
I haven't tried the fish yet, but everything else is great. Hey. We're not wasting any, y'all. It fell on the saucer. Oh, you guys can see that? Okay. The only thing that's nasty. The Parmesan is good. The cheese tastes different than a basic cheese. It's nice, it's nutty, it's creamy, it's cheesy. And then that crumbed Parmesan or grated Parmesan on top. And I like my bell peppers not really, especially when you're putting it with pasta. I don't like when it's overcooked. And this one is nice and crunchy. Because in fact, you don't have to cook bell peppers at all. Like this. I just noticed that my drink has pimentos in there. That's dope. Pimentos will give a nice, to me, smoky or earthy type flavor note. That's why it goes really well in sorrel. Before I get into the fish, let's try the pickle. I always say pickle because some people don't know what Escovitch is. Escovitch essentially is a pickle. In the Caribbean, you usually make it with onions, carrots, peppers, Escovitch peppers, not Escovitch peppers, Scotch bonnet peppers. You could go as far as adding bell peppers as well. When I make it, onions and Scotch bonnet is enough. If I want color, I will add carrots. The onions they're tender. They have been cooked in that acid, but they're still crunchy. I've never had them like this before, where it's like it's tender but crunchy at the same time. So you see how the onions are able to still wiggle, but it's not soft. That's amazing. The carrots have absorbed that Escovitch a lot less than the onions. I think the onions have gotten them a lot. The spiciness on it, it's not too strong. More on the acidic side. I'm not tasting an ounce of sweetness in this Escovitch. So if you like your Escovitch like that, that's brilliant. Now for the fish, I don't know if you guys can hear this. Put it close to the mic. Here, listen. Crispy. Crispy. This here. You see that smile on my face? Can't help. I can't help it. It's hot. This is freshly fried. I've been out here talking for a minute and it's still freshly fried. Still warm. I don't think I've ever had a dish like this anywhere else in the world. A fish with a pickle. If you know of any, drop in the comments. Now usually for our Escovitch fish, when we're frying it, it's basic. Just salt and black pepper. I'm seeing a bit of black pepper on top of this one here. There might be some cracked peppercorns or cracked pimentos. Might. The flavor is exactly what I expect. I would say the texture is a little bit different. I'm more accustomed to like a kind of flakier feel. Tender. It is tender, but the texture is a little bit different. The flavor, especially when you add the pickle, good. Look at that skin. Oh, that part packed a punch just now. Damn. Now, disclaimer, if it's your first time ever watching my video, I will eat fish. I won't tell you that I'm the world's biggest fan of fish. So bear that in mind. But if I do order fish, this is my preference. I always prefer to order an Escovitch fish. I think it's the best way fish is done. Sometimes a steamed fish for me is good too. Get a nice chunk of this fish meat here. I want a crispy part. Oh. Definitely getting a lot more umami off the shrimp. I feel for me, pickles really balance out meats that are a lot more on the saltier side. So with this, definitely, if I were to say anything about the fish, I would just say I would like it to be a little bit saltier. If I'm to be honest with you, just a little bit saltier. So traditionally, a fried fish would be served with either a festival or bami, but with the pasta, it's not bad at all. I like the textural contrast between the fish being on the crispier side and the pasta being a bit more, al dente. It's a bit more, softer. It's a bit softer, so I appreciate that. And I think for those who are American and who, for some reason, pasta over here is a very popular thing, especially New York being heavily influenced by, Italians. Every time I have fish, I remember when I was a kid, how your mom would really have to heavily supervise you eating fish because it is bony. There are bones which can be dangerous if you're not careful, especially if you're a child. But that is one of my fonder memories, especially going out to Hellshire. Hellshire for me is the epitome of what like a Escovitch fish should be. This is what the inner belly looks like. They put their seasoning rub in there. In the belly has the salt level that I prefer. Yeah, in the stomach definitely got the salt level I prefer. Way better in the stomach. I love the story that the wife shared about the food. One of my friends said to me, if you live in America as a Jamaican man, all you need to know how to cook is at least a tin mackerel and you're good. Bro, no lies were told. None. I'm still trying to figure out too, like why do that most Jamaican men cook so well? Not all, but most. Because if I'm to be fair, when I was a kid, I would see my grandmother cook, but I don't recall ever sitting down and being taught certain things. Because as a boy, you know, they always tell you, like, go sit down, you see me, the boy, if you kind of must relax, and you know, we do more the washing of the car, that type of stuff. But the more domesticated things, it wasn't really pushed on us. But it's funny, like we, for some reason, caught on. I don't get it. I do remember in college, I'd call my grandma a couple times to figure out how to cook some stuff, like, remember rice and peas particular. Oh my God. The first time I made it, porridge. Unfortunately, I am so full. Usually I try more than one dish, but I just came off the back of eating, what did I have? Oxtail, curry goat, fried chicken. Oh God. Thank you guys so much for blessing me with your viewership, for your honest comments. I do want you guys to comment more. You guys do not comment enough. Drop something in the comment box. If you can't drop a like, drop a comment. If you can't comment, drop a like. This helps the videos go out there. I want every single restaurant that I check out to get more people checking out their menus, because I've had a great experience here and I definitely think that you guys will have a great one too. Just drop a comment. Say, hey, drop a smiley face, great video, drop a recommendation on a place that I could check out. Get it a lot more active. This is how the videos go out to a lot more people. I find when I did that crab video, I know it went out a lot more because people had a lot of criticisms to make on the business. They were saying, oh, you need gloves, you need hairnets, you need all these stuff. And I don't want to be the guy that makes, how you say, controversial type content that there, you know, is drama and argument. Like, that's not my personality per se. I like my stuff to be chill and laid back, but I do need you guys to drop comments. It really helps the videos. So I just paid my bill. I was gearing up to leave, but then they gave me a complimentary cheesecake. My bill paid $74 for everything. So for a starter, $10.99 is not bad. It's quite interesting. You could share it with 2 people easily. The fish dinner, the shrimp was an additional cost. Bomber. And the drinks was $14.99. Oh man, the center of my cheesecake looks like it never set properly, so it's drooping, but whatever. So I'm a big fan of cheesecake. I love cheesecake so much. This one is a sorrel cheesecake. So on top, it is sorrel. In the middle, it's a cheesecake. And at the base, it is Christmas cake. Now, I love Christmas cake a lot, or black cake, as we might call it in the Caribbean. All right, let's go. Wow. I don't like the starting part because it's a little bit too mushy for a cheesecake. But the flavor, It felt like my taste buds were being punched in all delicious directions. That's crazy. Now let's get to the firmer parts. Oh my gosh. No, it's not quite a firm cheesecake. It's not the texture that I like per se. Well, I am not mad at this. I would say the Christmas cake flavor is overpowering the cheesecake, but I love Christmas cake. That rumminess, the texture of the Christmas cake for me, it's good on this cheesecake here. Let's try the top part, because I can't quite individualize everything. Whoa. The top, you're getting more of the cheesecake. And that sorrel. That floral, that hibiscus flavor of the sorrel. Light ginger. In the middle, you're getting a lot more of the cheesecake. Almost coffee-like. Everything together, though, is crazy. It's crazy interesting. Wow. If you're into a cheesecake and you love black cake, try this. Very fascinating. Okay, my beautiful people, this is where I'm going to end the video. Your boy is super stuffed. I am with food. Yeah, I'm gonna head home now. I have a bunch of food in the back of my e-bag there. I'm set for food for at least until tomorrow. Again, drop the recommendations in the description box so I can check out one of your favorite restaurants. Probably gonna do one more Jamaican restaurant and then go off and try something else. You guys know me, after a while I get a little bit bored seeing the same thing over and over again. However, there, I love the presentations, things were interesting, and that cheesecake was different. Familiar flavors, but different. Catch you guys in the next video. Remember two things: love, nature, adaptation, and always remember to keep the link.
Together, take me back where I belong. I want it all.